I didn't have sports role models, and they weren't like the professional athletes. They were everyday people. One of them was just a year older than me, and she was so just athletic and played all three sports and then some, like stayed up late practicing basketball, and she's just a person I really looked up to. And I also saw how like adults treated her different because she was so confident in who she was, and she knew she was capable. Even in 7th grade, how they just talked to her differently, and I was like, man, I want to be that. I want to have that confidence, and sports really helped me gain that type of confidence.
So my sports role model was actually my older brother Nathan, and he was just so hardworking and so like meticulous in what he did, and so I just wanted to kind of get into that world of like skiing and running and see what he was doing and how I could improve, because it was cool that you could watch yourself improve in that way.
I don't know if I never really had any sports models. I guess my brother would be one. He was a 3 or 4 sport athlete. It was just something that I grew up doing, going to sports events, being a part of those things. I think seeing him thrive and strive throughout the sports definitely brought that fire in me to be able to I wanted to do something similar like that. I wanted to be able to strive and thrive through my sports and athletics as well. It's just an amazing avenue to be a leader, to develop skills that you aren't going to be able to develop other places. And on top of that, you are being active. You are going to be able to influence people on the team outside of just the athletics base of what that is. It's just been a really cool platform to be able to build relationships with people and show them the love of Christ through sports and athletics, and just the way you react to different situations and the way you react to things, because people are watching you.
My sisters, they just were so good, especially my sister Leah. She doesn't know this, but she was like such an idol for me growing up. Like, I was like, she is so cool. She was captain on her team, really tall, really strong, super aggressive, just had like great foot skills. And I went to like a bunch of her games when I was young. I would go with my parents, and I would just look at her play, and I wanted to be like her. I wanted to be strong and good and all those things. And recently, like now, I've been following more of like the U.S. women's national team, and yeah, but like, back in the day, I didn't really do that. So it was really like older players that I looked up to.
I would, if anything, it was my brothers. Watching them play basketball, I wanted to be out there on a team, and I wanted that success, and I wanted the crowd. I remember like watching my varsity team, volleyball team in high school as an 8th grader, and being like, I want that passion on the court. I want to be with that team. I want that intensity level on the court.
Well, kind of my friend who was on the softball team. She was a family friend. She was great. But even more so was my volleyball coach, who coached me in 8th grade and then junior varsity, and or 7th grade, and she was just kind of like a motherly figure. And like even when I didn't get to play a lot, she was like there encouraging me to work hard and sometimes calling me out when I was slacking. And so just her support in working hard and trying new things, like even when I tried track at my school. And the cool thing was that we've stayed in contact even after I moved away. So email and back and forth. So
this is going to sound really cheesy, but my dad was definitely my role model. He played co-ed softball slow pitch, and I would go watch him, and he was probably one of the most patient men I've ever seen, and he showed really good sportsmanlike. You know, never got upset, was always, even though he's on his team, was always treating everyone else really kindly. And so it was good to see that, and it's definitely changed how I felt. Like when I see other people on the other team, you know, I want to love them, even though we're on opposite teams. And so,
yeah, as cliche as it may sound, my mom and dad were definitely the models. I didn't really have like an athlete that I really looked at, but my dad sideline coached me throughout my life. So he's really, really pushed me And my mom has been like my biggest supporter. She came to like all my games in high school, and like she still comes to all my games in college. She even went to a national tournament in Missouri. She's just my number one fan, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. They've sacrificed a lot for me to be the athlete who I am, and have pushed me beyond what I thought I could do on my own.
Absolutely.